I prayed to God to give me a miracle, to help me. And now I know he heard me. So listen carefully, because what happened next is the most eye-opening moment of my life, and the breakthrough I needed, and you need too. They kept me in for a few days for monitoring. It was a close call, they said, and I might not be as lucky next time. The doctor on call each night was Dr. Albert Tabera, a medical consultant on a 4-week transfer from Madagascar to teach about his medical practices back home. A highly intelligent man, he was one of the friendliest doctors I think I had ever met, with a great sense of humor, considering English is his second language. Every night we would talk while the ward slept. He told me all about his life in his home country of Madagascar, a magical island in the Indian Ocean off the coast of Africa. Did you know it's the most diverse and unique ecosystem in the world? And it's home to plants and animals found nowhere else on Earth? Over 90% of all animals and plants on Madagascar are unique to the island. In fact, many remedies and medicines for blood sugar, heart and pain like aspirin and metformin derive from exotic Madagascan plants such as white willow, wintergreens, and goat's rue. And as he told me the beauty of his home, I told him about my story. How my marriage was close to breaking down, my wife no longer found me attractive, my inability to play with my child anymore because I was so overweight, my hopelessness. We became close friends over these nights. And the last night before I left in the morning, I asked him, I begged him, if he knew anything at all, to help me where a decade of American diets and exercise had failed.
Todd, my friend, I'm glad you asked me. It's well known that if you have unexplained weight gain, if you're struggling to lose weight and nothing seems to be working, it always means a slow metabolism. It's a fact. I've been looking at your results. Yours is 50% less, half that of a slim person. But I promise you, you don't need to worry a second more. I have the answer for you. First, let me explain. You probably already know this, but when you have a slow metabolism, you store the food you eat as fat, which means low energy, unexplained weight gain, and hunger and cravings for junk food. On the other hand, a fast metabolism means your body burns the food you eat and existing fat stores for high energy and no cravings. Have you had times when you've eaten just one slice of pizza or a tiny slice of cake and hours later it sticks to your belly? Well, it's not your fault. It's your slow metabolism. Something the weight loss companies won't tell you. And your American doctor doesn't know. With a metabolism this low, you'll never lose weight with exercise. And dieting? Well, that only causes further metabolic slowdown as your body enters starvation mode and tries to conserve energy by reducing the number of calories it burns. And this is why I don't believe in exercise and diet for slow metabolism. People are desperately dieting and exercising more than ever, yet human metabolisms have actually been slowing down over the past 100 years or more, and obesity has been rising. And when you get over 35 years old, this problem gets even worse. This year, they reported the US obesity rate as 40%. So not surprising the weight loss industry of diets and exercising programs is worth over $80 billion. It's a big business now.
I was shocked, but Dr. Tabera was absolutely right. I could imagine the greedy weight loss industry CEOs laughing as they cash their multi-million-dollar bonus checks at the expense of people like you and I, knowing their solutions are never going to work. It made me sick. So if you thought that your lack of exercise caused your weight gain, or if you thought that you didn't diet enough or try the right diet plan, think again. I know this because in just 1 minute, I will reveal to you the real little-known cause of slow metabolism as proven by clinical studies, as well as a simple 10-second morning trigger you could do right now to speedily reverse your belly fat, arm fat, hip fat, and thigh fat. So what causes a slow metabolism, Doc? That's what I asked him. Dr. Tabera gave me a knowing smile, walked off, and returned 20 minutes later with a piece of paper. I thought it was his email address until I looked closer.
You're smart, Todd. Look at this. It will help you. You're the first Westerner to know this. Do it in the morning. Goodbye, my friend.
I took the paper from Dr. Tabera and thanked him for everything he'd done for me. With that, he shook my hand, nodded at me, and I never saw him again. On the paper was some recipe with a bunch of strange plants and herbs I'd never heard of. Only then did I remember Dr. Tabera would carefully take out a leather pouch and season every meal of his with a bright mixture he brought from home. I saw someone ask to try it and he politely refused. To him, it was more precious than gold. And the minute I got home, I began researching what was inside. First on the recipe was the seeds of something called African mango, an incredible anti-aging superfood native to Madagascar, full of antioxidants, vitamins and minerals like calcium and iron, and eaten every day by the Madagascan people. African mango seeds not only support healthy blood sugar by as much as 25%, but good cholesterol and inhibit dangerous free radicals by as much as 78%. But more importantly, they trigger a strange thermal effect in our bodies. They normalize something called our core body temperature. Core temperature, I never heard of that before. You see, core body temperature isn't that what your home thermometer can measure. It's different to the temperature of your skin, to how you feel. It's the temperature of deep inside you, your internal organs and cells, and it's consistent throughout the day. Whether you're freezing up on the icy mountains of Siberia or sweating in the heat of the Gobi Desert, your core temperature will always be the same. But what does core temperature have to do with your belly fat? I had no idea until I searched deeper and struck gold. In 2018, researchers from Switzerland did something peculiar, and they measured the core body temperatures of 4,224 men and women over 40. Then discovered something incredible. Every single overweight participant had a much lower core temperature than normal, than the levels of the slim participants. They published their results in the International Journal of Obesity, concluding a significant association with low core body temperature and obesity worldwide. Another little-known study from Scotland studied men and women with an average age of 54 and found the same exact results. The lower their core temperature, the fatter they were. Then I found another study from the American Clinical Association that made everything crystal clear. They found for each drop in core temperature, your metabolism slows 13%, essentially increasing your daily calorie intake by one glazed donut. I couldn't believe it. Study after study scientifically proving how when your core temperature is low, your metabolism is slow. And remember, core temperature has nothing to do with our environment. Because while global warming means our planet is warming up every year and we're feeling hotter, your core temperature is doing the opposite.